honest. At first, when I started this video, I thought I was going to come out here and share some like juicy gossip. And I'm like, I'm in a happy element and I'm in a happy place and I do not need triggers. And we're walking, we're in nature, we're happy. So rather than putting that out there, the gossip, obviously we should always put happiness first. I want to talk about the things that make us happy. I don't know about you, but how often do you get stressed and you're like, within this moment, what can I do to make myself happy? And whatever that thing is, it's like, is it good for you? Is it bad for you? And it got me thinking, like, when I'm out in nature and I am doing these walks or doing these videos, it's good because one part of it has to do with accepting the space that I'm in within the moment. Good morning or afternoon. So one part of it has to do with accepting the space that I'm in, regardless of what it is. And depending on the day, I could be facing like a lot of BS or I could be facing kindness. And even if it's a good day, some things trickle in and they just mess whatever it is that's happening. So when you're in your happy place or when you find that happy place, what kind of things do you do to be happy? Do you go for nature walks? Do you put on some movie and get lost in it? Do you eat? Do you call friends and talk to them? Do you, I don't know, whatever makes you happy, because I only know what makes me happy. And it's very few things in this life, actually. And if I could state them, there will be 5 major things that actually make me happy. One of them being seeing happy children. The thing about children for me is that they're very innocent in this world and they are consistently navigating whatever it is that the world is throwing at them. And when you see them, whether it's in a good place or a vulnerable state, as an adult, it's like, what do we add in these children's lives to make their childhood experience better? So seeing children, it brings this maybe inner child in me, because I had a really up and down childhood, I guess I could say, between being left behind and being in the war and also being taken care of by very, very good people. Let's take a break. Look at this. Yeah, let's not fall down there, you guys. Like, whoop. Oh my God. Imagine cycling down here and then forgetting to stop. But to be honest, some cyclists are really talented. They could easily do this drop and they'll be fine. Yeah, so we made it to the creek. I think I'm just going to be posted here because this is a good spot. Look, it's a very good spot. And then I'll go up in the trees and just sit down. Anywho, I also don't want to get distracted and fall in. So I'm probably just going to go away from the edge. Let's be safe. We're trying to live long, right? And since my tripod broke, this would have been a good place to put it down and just sit and enjoy my time. But the way life works for me, I'm using my freaking hand extended out here like this. But that's okay. This video is not going to be long. Anyways, talking about childhood and why children are the number one reason why I stay happy. And I used to work like in a childcare center, and duties of a childcare worker, besides just caring for the kids and being present for them, was creating play spaces, a variety of them actually, every single week that would give them experiences, and they would learn to use all aspects of life, whether it be dexterity movements or social skills or personal skills. And creating these spaces for them had an impact on me, because every week that we had an activity, I would have to be creative in anything that I would think would benefit the child's growth. And during those activities, I got to learn myself, because growing up in Africa, we did not have the same experiences as children here. Like, yes, all across the world, children play and they have fun. But here, they focus on like actual like toys and colors and experiments, like scientific experiments. And they focus on like really, really deep care. So because I didn't have those things, I would reflect on them every time I was with these children. And I got to learn myself. I got to learn the things that I liked. I got to reflect and think, would I have liked this if I was younger? And then that part also is why, like, I'm talking about the 5 things that, keep me happy. And I would be happy doing these activities with them. It didn't matter how messy it got. Everything that I didn't have when I was a kid, when I watch other kids play with it, it's a really great way of exploring something that I never had and watching it in somebody else and see how awesome they do and how much fun they have when they're doing it. So yeah, definitely creating experiences for children has made me a really happy human. Number 2 of the things that make me happy: respectful people. Let me say that one more time. Respectful people. I have a thing in my heart for people that have humility, humbleness, and respect. Now, those things are important because in any relationship that you have, anywhere in your life, whether it's at work or at home or at school, anywhere, if you have self-respect, people will see it and they'll reflect it. And if they don't see it and they don't reflect it, do you also respect others? And that respect isn't to say you have to be a suck up or suck up to people. It's not even that. It's just respecting humanity, respecting nature, respecting things for what they are, being kind to the things that are vulnerable, being kind to nature itself, being kind to yourself and finding peace within yourself, respecting your own boundaries, whether it be that you have to be vocal about certain things happening in your life to minimize like bad experiences. Because if you have to cut people off in order to respect yourself, do that, because not everybody respects you, but once you cut them off, you'll notice that they were never needed in your life anyway. So self-respect and respect for others is really important. And when I see respectful people, I vibe with them more than non-respectful people. Yeah. While the sun is shining down on me, I feel like having my glasses on is stopping the good sun from going right in my face. Yesterday we went to a place that had campfire smoke, and literally, because when I got home I didn't get a chance to wash my wig. So right now I'm like smelling campfire. I'm like, is there fire in this forest in this winter morning? But no, it's my hair still smelling like campfire. Number 3 would be the things that keep me happy. It should have been number 1, to be honest, but hey, I like food. I love eating. I spend a lot of money on food because I want to stay happy. And honestly, when they talk about global warming and the things that are going to go missing in the future, I want to eat them now, because when they're gone, I'll be a sad person. But if I enjoy them now and then they get extinct, at least I had the chance to have them. I also like people's cooking. Like when anybody makes food for me, anyone that cooks and makes edible food, like I appreciate the act. It's not even about what the food tastes like, it's just the act that they did. Because in the end, if it's food that looks like edible, it's okay. And then there are others that will really put it down in the kitchen. I know some people's moms that can really cook, and it's like, man, I just love food. It keeps me happy. And again, it'll keep me alive anyway, so I gotta keep up with eating. But yeah, we've done number 1, children, and doing things for them to give them good experiences. Number 2, respect for yourself and other people. And number 3, food, good old food. Because if you keep yourself fed, you can stay alive. Literally. So I'm not even exaggerating this one. Oh my God. And number 4, learning, continuous learning. Now, this is kind of like in 2 parts because I truly respect people with like high IQs and people who are much smarter than me. I just have this weird like attraction to them. And I love when I see people that just find things easy. And sometimes I look back at like my high school transcripts and I realize when it came to like main academic courses that were just your typical structure like social science, math, I don't have the highest marks, but I did pass. And then when I see like technical things, I had all honors. And to me, when I reflect back on that, I always realize just how practical I am in everyday things. But when it comes to theory, there's just so much to learn. And there are other people out here who that is their strongest suit. And I love that because it's the opposite of me. And these people get a chance to look at life in like a more in-depth way, where for me, it's just give me a screwdriver and show me what kind of screw to put them in and we're going to get to work. Like, it looks that simple. Where there's other people, they'll be there drawing the blueprint and doing everything. And speaking of blueprint, I tried AutoCAD and I tried this other system. There were like 3 systems they gave us at school. And I did pass, which I was surprised I passed. But I had no interest in creating like renderings in AutoCAD and then have to bring them out so that they can actually be made. But on the physical part of the project, I could easily like, drill or weld where I'm told to drill or weld into metal, or cutting wood and placing it where it's supposed to be. So yeah, when it comes to intelligence and intelligent people, I love spending time with anybody that knows more than me. And not just more in any topic, but more in their everyday life, especially like in academia, because obviously those people have been able to keep the world going. And the younger and younger people I see that are super smart, the more that I'm confident in a future of more research and like more discovery. And my age group, there's actually a few people who are going into greater things within their academic careers. And I have so much respect for that. If you get to watch this video, you know who you are. And thank you for continuing to learn, because all of us can make the world go round. But certain scientific research actually helps make the world go round. So keep up with what you're doing, because you're awesome. And I love you for it. But yeah. We are at number 4. Smart people keep me happy because they humble the shit out of me. I get to see them and I'm like, I don't know nothing yet comparing to you. But anyway, and last but not least, the thing that keeps me happy is being outside. Being outside in nature is like, honestly, I know we're social creatures and we're meant to like be around other people and have this and this and that. But I'm like, when I'm with like birds chirping and like animals, and I'm not saying all animals because some of them are scary, but being outside, I've heard somewhere that like, I guess the science thing, all these things that are alive, right? What if, because we're all alive with the things that are alive, even the rocks, parts of rocks are alive, the reason why I'm at my happiest outside when I'm by myself is because I'm with other things that are alive. I'm with other things that are more durable than me. And I'm with other things that, like being trees, right? Trees are way more durable than we are. Some of the trees we have around us are older than us. Some are younger than us. So I love the idea that I'm alive, I'm around things that are alive, and therefore I'm keeping myself alive. And it brings me a level of happiness that other things don't do. So now imagine if we're to amalgamate all of these things and say, right? We go out in nature, we have a campsite or whatever with a bunch of kids. We have very in-depth topics about the world. And because we're there together, we would know we respect each other, otherwise we wouldn't be hanging out. Wouldn't that be the best time ever? And I've had opportunities like this where I get to be camping and I'm around all of that. And I am so alive where it doesn't matter what's happening in my personal life. The moment I am there in those situations, nothing else matters. And I'll tell you a story later about like where we were headed and then something happened and we couldn't get there. But because we're in nature, nothing really mattered at that point. And yeah, those 5 things. And in case you're wondering, you never mention your family. Obviously, above all of these things, family comes first. Like, who would I be without my brothers? I'd be nobody. So yeah, I said I'm happy for those 5 things, but obviously the family is above all that. So yeah. And I mean, with family, sometimes family, depending on where you're from, depending on who you are, you might have better friends than family. You might have better family than friends, but depending on who your family is, sometimes people don't have the best situations with their families. So I'm just happy that I have my brothers and I love them to death. And in this whole entire world, obviously, if I never met them, because I didn't ask for them to come around, they just showed up at the house. And it's like, you just learn to like the people your parents give you. But if I never had them, I wouldn't obviously have the same experiences in life, right? So, yeah. Now you know 5 important things in my life. And if you can fulfill at least one of them, pull up. I'll be here waiting. Maybe not here, but somewhere, okay? We're gonna end this video here. I'm gonna go finish my walk. I'm gonna go to the gym. I'm gonna go in the pool and the sauna. I forgot that today it's actually gonna be packed because last time I went in, because I just took a nap and I was like, let me go to the gym. You guys, I got there. There was a long ass lineup, but because I don't use the pool, I only go into the sauna and then maybe the hot tub. It might be the same thing today. So I played myself. I should have gone like earlier in the morning, but your girl was snoozing. Like, today's my day off. So anyway, let's go get those things done and stay awesome, stay wonderful, be blessed, be the best you that you absolutely can be. And we'll see you in another video. Bye.